Hello. Good morning. How do you do? Fellow bully hunters. I should probably put out my stream. Oh, Snowy has me tagged in their stream. Oh, so maybe it is an obligation today for me to play Peak with friends, maybe. I don't know. Anyhow, let me just get things together, and then I can pay attention to all of you. And when I mean all of you, I do mean some of you. Look, I need a good laugh today. I have no clue what the plan is. I had a plan, and then shit hit the fan. Not in a bad way, but just still have a lot to do. I still gotta finish packing. Still gotta finish doing stuff. Oh, that's a lot of new people here. Well, hello, everyone. Wolf Hearts Edits. Gray to Green. Hello, hello. Are these new gamers here today? Why are there so many new people here today? What did I miss? Am I getting recommended in a place that I shouldn't be? Ew, YouTube people. No. To be fair, even from the last stream, I would even argue the YouTube side of things wasn't even that bad. Usually, yeah, the YouTube side of things isn't that great, but... Hi, birthday. Thank you for the raid. The mods fight, so I speen in the foam pile. Okay. Listen. Okay, I know I'm getting ahead of myself. I know I look like an egg right now. I apologize. This is just the haircut that I got today. But the nails make up for it. Here's the thing. And I am certified in giving this advice. Do not ever go into a public foam pit. Or any sort of foam pit in general. As someone who worked at an indoor trampoline park that did have a foam pit. Yes, they do clean it, but... That's just nasty. That's just nasty. Do not, Monfrere. I'm telling you, you gotta stay out of the foam pit. But other than that, you should be good to go. I'm not ready yet, so we're going back to just starting. My hair does not look great. I look like an egg, which actually is not bad. It'll be pretty funny for this con. But hey, Megaplex is happening. I'm very, very excited. I'm glad I finally got to raid into you. I'm almost done with Jail's Fursuit. Hell yeah! That's gonna be awesome to see. Also, birthday, thank you so much for the raid. Can we get a shout out? Do we have any mods in the chat for the lovely birthday video? I hope you had a good stream on your end. What are you getting up to? How are things? How are the waifu
Hello,
kids?
Beta. How are you doing tonight? I've been enjoying Gears of War Reloaded.
I've heard good things about Gears of War Reloaded. Also, the music sounds a little too loud, so I'm just gonna turn it down on my end because I like being able to hear myself think. I have been pretty much in go mode for the past 2-3 days. And I still don't even have nearly half the shit that I need to have done. Like, for example, haven't even recorded, like, the second video that I need. I still need a third video recorded. I gotta get details to friends about a thumbnail. I gotta send video edits, so many things to finish up, and I'm nowhere close to ready for what I need. But at the same time, there's gonna be a certain cutoff for me with what I will just need to get done. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna have fun. Just gonna have fun and go into Megaplex and have a good time. It's gonna be a great con. I have some worries about it, but that's also just, you know, natural pre-con jitters, anxieties, worries. Could be worse. It could absolutely be worse. Snap to it, pup. Okay, listen. Certain people get to call me pup. But you're nice about it, Grizzly. So hey, you're cool. You're chill. But hello, everyone. Welcome to the last stream before Megaplex, in which Beta is fuck all. He should be doing things with friends, but yeah, he was too busy and couldn't get the shit that he needed done. And also, I have some other things maybe to do on stream today. And then, you know, later on, we might actually be joining Snowy and some other friends for Peak. I was told about that, and then I asked if I could join, and there's a mod for it to add more people. But also, like, I like doing my yapping, where I get to chat with you guys, because I really like talking. So, yeah. I want to fly out and clean your house, Beta. My house isn't that bad. What does it look like? Well, that's the wrong thing. There's my That's the thing that I'm actually working on, by the way. The whole tier list of all the worst furry shirts to exist. That's on my list of things to do. I was gonna do that today, and then, yeah, no. And I think some of it I can't even, like, show either. It's fucking wild. Look, I ended up asking on social media, like, a month ago about the worst furry shirts out there to exist. And I finally delved into the replies and things people sent me, and it gets worse. You think that the Spencer's and Hot Topic shirts, they're like the worst and cringiest you can get? No. Abso-fucking-lutely not. It gets so much worse. How does some of you even get away with printing that on a shirt? So, hey, you know, that'll be a conversation for later, and a stream for later. I was organizing it all today because I wanted to potentially do, like, my little tier list on the worst furry shirts possible, and the worst of the worst I will buy and wear for a video or something. Because that would be a fun little thing. But, I couldn't get it set up, and I need to organize it more properly, and it's a weird mess. But hello, everyone. Welcome on in. I got a haircut today. I look like an egg, but that's okay. We all love whatever shape and size I come in, hopefully. At least in this household. We appreciate it. And also, just want to say again, thank you, Birthday, for the raid. Hope you had a good stream on your end. And thank you, Govan, for the 41 months. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you for the sub and support. I hope you're enjoying Gears of War Reloaded. I might hop into that. Not today, obviously, but, like, when I get back. Because I'm also saving money because, like, I want to go to Disney with friends. I want to get stuff at the con. I want to get, like, a badge. I want to get a floaty booty badge again. It's just a lot. There's a lot that I need to do. But luckily, I'm not leaving all my packing last second. I got pretty much all of my clothes and toiletries packed, so all I need to do is pack my fursuit, and we're good to go. That's literally it. And then my backpack with my electronics and shit, but that's, you know, it's always been in there, so not worried about that. They just left to cook, and I'm leaving to assist before fursuit cleaning. Hell yeah. Fursuit cleaning? We love fursuit cleaning. I didn't even get to fursuit cleaning my fursuit head, so fursuit spray it is, but honestly, he's pretty good. He's not in, like, any bad state or bad condition, so I'm not upset about it, and he doesn't smell. I could actually check right now, since a lot of you really would probably love to see the fursuit, and it's probably best for me to bring it out, just so I have it in the back, and remember to pack it properly. So here's Levi, the dog that we're bringing to Megaplex. Does it smell? Does it smell? The sniff test. If I could get the... I'm struggling with the fur on the neck. Hold on, I have some fursuit spray somewhere. Give me a moment. It's actually not bad. It just smells like me. However, here's the problem, Chad. Why is there a pancake on the floor? That's weird. Here's the problem. I sometimes just don't like how I smell, so... There we go. Anyways. Have a good time at Megaplex? I will. It's gonna be a good con. It's gonna be a good time. And the dog's gonna be there. I like hitting him. He's fun to hit. Don't take that out of context. But I hope you guys are doing well. Hope all is well. Hope the wife and kids are well. Hope everyone's getting ready for the con. Have a good time. Where are my glasses? There they are. They're right underneath Levi. But hey. Found beta lacking in a mersuit using it. Okay. Cool. I think it's been known for a bit that I do adult content, but I just separated onto adult things. What's the problem with that? There shouldn't be a problem. Fun fact, adult does adult things. Crazy to think about. But yeah, also hi Shameless, hope you're doing well. You like the hairdo? I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. My hair is missing, sort of, but I actually kind of needed it because it was getting a little too long on the side, so they kind of, I don't know, they kind of overdid it. The person that was cutting my hair was also dyeing someone else's hair in the process too, so it was a little, you know, why is the lighting changing? This is weird. But either way, I am stressed. Not fully stressed, but just there's a lot that I need to do in terms of getting ready for this con, and there's still a lot that I haven't done, and I mainly just want to kind of take this moment to relax and chill and chat with you guys, and maybe we do something fun. I think the only thing that I had planned for today, besides maybe play some Peak with friends, which I would have to run it because I have the mod for more people in the game, is I want to show, or at least put together with help from you guys, one of those, what is it, how to find me at Megaplex posts. You know how everyone's been doing those for like every convention? And then you see of like the do's and don'ts when interacting with someone at the con. Like, do, say hi. Don't, be bad. Don't be evil. I see those all the time. I wanted to talk about them today and get your guys' thoughts on it. If anyone is I don't know, I guess experienced in the realm of psychology or furry convention stuff that could give some insight like I might not be able to. But yeah, I'm just all over the place, you know me. But I'm gonna have a good time this con. I'm really looking forward to it. I've just still been in like work mode, and that's kind of been the problem. You know, I just can't really get into a relaxation mode yet, but that'll probably happen once I'm on my flight, and that's usually when that does happen, so yeah. But I hope you guys are doing well. Anyone here going to Megaplex or have any plans for that? For me, I think I'm doing Disney one of the days. I'm going to one of the parks with friends. I actually got a bit surprised by my mother and grandmother as well. I told them about how I was potentially going to go to Megaplex and go to Disney and want to go to hang out with friends. Oh. Dude's just posted TikToks in chat. Oof. So sad.
You plan to be at your peak. Jokes
Yes.
aside, hope you enjoy Megaplex.
I will. I think, honestly, it's going to be a really good time. I obviously have, truthfully, like, the pre-con jitters with it, just from going to, like, zero social situations to nothing but social situations, nothing but socializing with people. So it's going to be a lot, but I'm really, really excited for it, and I think it's going to be a good way for me to step out of my comfort zone with, like, meeting new people. So that's going to be fun. But, you know, I think it's just one of those you gotta wait and see. You gotta wait and see. What was I not lying about? YouTube chat being YouTube chat or furry conventions being fun? I feel like there's a joke here about those find me at Megaplex posts about Bao, but I seriously doubt she'll ever attend Megaplex. Who's Bao? I don't know how BAO or Bao is. But yeah, those posts, I've never done one, truthfully, and that's also because, like, sometimes I don't want to be found at cons, but I've also realized that communicating things is good. That communicating things is better when in terms of, like, if I'm ready for interact in the way that I do or not. But regardless, did I accidentally hit the YouTube stream button? No. I mean, well, not accidentally, on purpose I did. I'm just like so all over the place today. I need to like cool it. I need to chill out. So that's why, you know, this stream to some way is gonna help remediate things a bit, you know? But hey, some good news, despite me being a little, I guess, creatively burnt out, not really being burnt out. It's just been weird. I've been like on and off with like feeling like recording videos. Just haven't really been feeling it. But despite that, yesterday I had like a burst of inspiration and decided to show off my like other little project that I've shown on here a bunch of how I've organized and put together all of my furry art and paraphernalia. So like furry convention photos, furry art that I've commissioned, fursuit photos, and so on. How I organize all of it and title it to what I want it to be. And I did a video going over that. So yeah. Also, why are you why are you posting TikToks? You're fucking weird, dude. Go away. A child. Goodbye. It's so funny. God, people are being weird about it. And there's nothing to be worried about it. I have no shame. MountainDew.com. Be prepared for bad heat when you get here for Megaplex. What is the weather looking like? Because I heard some people talking about how supposedly there's going to be some like heavy rain, or it's like hurricane season, hurricane weather in Florida. I don't know, but I also saw someone who mentioned that it's just going to rain like 10 to 20 minute intervals throughout the weekend, because that's just how Florida is in August. Because I've been to Florida in August outside of Megaplex, and that's just how it ended up happening. There would be intermittent like downpours, showers, and then it'd go back to being like super dry and hot. Well, not dry, but moist and hot, but not raining. It's gonna be hot. It will be. Also, hi Biscuit Fister. I hope you're doing well. I'm excited for the con. I don't really know what to really look forward to with it besides socialize and be around friends, which is really just par for the course for what I do at conventions in general. But even still, you know, I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. I'm like halfway packed. I don't have everything that I need done for videos, because I actually plan to upload one video tomorrow on, I can't remember, what was the topic again? Oh yeah, that quarterback who was like, I guess, outed as a furry, but they're not a furry. And then Sunday I have another video coming out, but I don't really know what the plan is for that, so I'll figure it out when the time comes. But regardless, got a lot coming up. Got a lot that I've been working on. Granted, I did set kind of a high bar for myself to get everything that I needed done, but regardless, I'm just, you know, I'm just trying to get into vacation mode, but I still have so much to do. It's been weird. But either way, how have you guys been doing? Have you been packing for the con? For those going? If not, what do you got planned for this weekend, knowing it's the last weekend of August, or technically summer? If I really done plan for Megaplex, gonna bring a clicker and see how many randos bark when I click it. Don't do that. As much as that would be a good idea, or funny, but it's also, I don't know, be interesting. Man, we have a spicy stream today. I gotta do some extra moderation here. Oh my lordy.
There's a grey muzzle furry going to Megaplex, a lion fur named Clayton Conway. He's attending it.
I don't think I know who that is. But I wanted to get to know a bunch of like the older folks in the fandom too, because truthfully, they're just like chill and laid back and not crackhead energy. Which is nice. So hey, you know, maybe, I don't know who they are. We'd love to maybe meet them. Again, don't know who they are, so, you know. But other than that, nothing really to report on my end. I got my hair cut, picked up my medication, packed earlier than I needed to, and that's it. Saw it happen at FW and LVFC. I'm so curious. Is that like the equivalent of yelling, "Oh my god, is that Majira?" in like a crowded lobby at a furry convention? Is that like the equivalent? I did that once, and there were many people who looked around like so, like. Honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to doing it again, but I know Kyle probably wouldn't appreciate it. Also, I did see people talking about that whole Halo 3 ODST and Helldivers 2 collab. How is that, by the way, for anyone that has tried it? Because I do love Halo 3 ODST. In my opinion, I know it's a little bit of a hot take. It is probably one of my favorite Halo games. It's probably up there as being like Halo 3 Halo 3 ODST and then Reach for me. Those are like the best. I loved ODST. I know not many people were a fan of it, but it was really nice. It was kind of like sobering and humbling because you're not like a Spartan. You're an ODST. You're not like unstoppable. You're a little bit squishier. And it added the whole health pack system, which was different. But yeah. Also, hi, I had Sting. Hope you're doing well. Classic Halo AR is actually really good. I gotta play through the original. I haven't even done that. I've only played like the anniversary on like that whole new remade setting, which is good, but it's like I don't think I get the original experience like I'd want to. But yeah. No need to approach and read the badge. Yeah. But yeah. Got nothing to report on my end. Just hanging out. Taking this moment to relax and chill. I guess the only downside coming up for me with going to Megaplex this year is I did manage to get a pretty convenient flight in terms of I could use all of my points and rewards that I had towards it, so I don't pay anything for the flight. It's just the flight leaves at 6:30 in the morning, so I have to be at the airport at 4 a.m. So guess who's not sleeping tonight? This guy. Which, good news on that, you know, my friends ended up getting this, like, extra hotel room before the con starts because they couldn't get another day added on to the con. So they're going to be in Disney that day, and they put me on, like, the reservation with it. So I'm just going to go to the room while they're gone and just pass out for, like, 5 hours. Fuck up my entire sleep schedule. And then get started with my day. So, you know, it shouldn't be too bad. It'll just be interesting getting there. Once I'm at the con, it'll be pretty easy going. I think I'll get into it. There's always that, like, one day of, like, just getting into, like, the socializing process that's a little bit hard. It's a little bit tricky for me. So I kind of use that as just the, okay, ease into it, and then, like, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, hit the ground running. But now that the con is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Friday... or Saturday, rather, will be, like, the start of the con in terms of, I guess, the vibes. Also, I forgot to say thank you, Govan, for the 100 bits. I appreciate that as well. And also, hi, Kodai. I hope you're doing well as well. But yeah, honestly, I'm just excited that I finally get another break to be able to go to Disney. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, I was talking about before how, my mom and grandmother sent me money to be able to go to Disney with friends for that day. Because I think Friday, friends are planning on going to Epcot or something. I don't know. And they said that I could go, or they wanted me to come if I could. And so pretty much, I told my parents about it. And I guess my mom wanted to give me an early gift or something. So they sent me money to be able to go. So I might be going to Disney on Friday and drinking around Epcot. And that will be... I probably won't make it to France. I'll get through like 3 countries after having those drinks, and I will be conked out. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I should probably get like sunscreen or something. I should probably get sunscreen. That would be a good idea. Not that I'm really going to be out besides at Disney, but still. Are you going to join Snowy, Rocket, Russ, and Peak later today? I want to try. Like, Snowy told me that I could join the second game that they end up playing, so I think that's my plan going into that stream with it, if I can. Timing is just very weird because
I shit myself.
You shit yourself? Don't do that, Jal. I already pissed the bed at one point earlier last week. That was no fun. That was no fun. Don't shit yourself. Here, I have let me help you with that. There you go. You look so much better. Jal, I hope you're doing well. Thank you for the 47-month resub. Can we get some life jackets and beta 8 hearts? And a shout out for Jal in the chat. Lovely Bean. Love that Spudosi. That sounds weird saying it out of context, but love the Spudosi Bean. He does cool, funny streams. Hope you're doing well, Jal. Hope all is well with you. Look at that rotating bread. God, I miss Bretta. Remember when Snapcam was a thing? It was like some sort of like overlay that you could have either on like Discord or your camera or something. I used it all the time, and then it just disappeared. God, I miss it so much. I miss it so much. I miss Bretta. I had it like once after like COVID happened, and then it disappeared. Also, Will, thank you for the super chat. I greatly appreciate that. I won't be at Megaplex this weekend since I'm going to be at FursonaCon, but I hope you have fun. I keep hearing about FursonaCon. Where is FursonaCon happening? Because isn't Euroferns happening this weekend or something? I had a lot of people asking me like, oh, are you going to EF? Oh, are you going to FursonaCon? We're literally at the point where there are multiple cons happening all at once. Like every weekend. Isn't that crazy? Remember when like there would be like 1 or 2 cons a month maybe? And now we're at the point where there's like a furry convention each weekend of the year. Newport News, Virginia. Interesting. Oh, I didn't even know FursonaCon was a thing. But also thank you for the super chat. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the donation and support. It will go towards, hopefully, edits for the next video, which I did actually send probably one of my next big videos to one of my editors. So, hey, we should have something fun at some point soon. But yeah, I propose they named it to Virginia next year. Virginia. I think they should just call it a Virgin. I know that's a horrible name. I'm surprised no one has used that as an insult, even in like the cringy way. Like, oh, you virgin. Is that going to be a new word for like newer furries? Let's not make that a thing. I think that's a horrible name for the context, but it's still funny. Oh, virginity. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore, man. I think, honestly, I have kind of burnt myself out just a little bit. Not with, like, content creation, per se, but just with doing all that I need to get done before this trip. Not that there's really any big thing that I need to do. Besides, like, record shit and pack. So I think for me, this weekend break is going to be a very nice reprieve from the shit show of just constantly, like, making things. Which I like making things, but I just kind of want to enjoy, I don't know, enjoy the community. It's fun. Lost my virginity. You know what? That actually would be a pretty banging raid message. That would be a pretty banging raid message. You know what? Keep that for later. Keep that for later. Nah, don't worry, dude. I can keep banning you. It's all good. It's just 2 clicks for me. It's pretty easy. Someone keeps like doing the whole ban evading thing, and it's kind of funny. I'm like, how far can you go when all I've had to do is click 2 buttons so far? It's actually relatively easy. Virginity. We're really thinking of like the high quality, high priority furry community things here. Virginity. God, I'm such a loser. You know, maybe all my IQ was in the hair that I had on my head, and now that it's gone, it's hard to get it back. Ugh. Banning is so easy on Twitch that some people end up doing it on accident. I do it on accident from time to time, and I feel bad. I'm like, oh, geez, how do I unban that person? And then it just removes all of the messages with them, which is sad. Didn't want to open this can of worms, just thought the name needed an upgrade. Look, you ended up from that upgraded name. FursonaCon's good, but Virgin Con. Maybe that'll be like my SawCon that I create. You know how people like make their own little like fun friend cons? Like you have SawCon or like DiviCon or something. I'll make like Virgin Con. Losing my virginity at Virgin Con. Jesus Christ. I had to go to registration for the con while being super tipsy. That's what I might end up doing. Especially if I'm coming from Disney that Friday, after drinking around the world, I will probably come back a little bit sloshed, and then I'll have to go and register for the con. Toy Story Sid type con. I can't unsee it. Oh my goodness, I love it. I didn't even think. Well, to be fair, it's more like if Sid had a little more weight put on, because that dude is like a twig. He's very skinny. Me, I'm plump is the word. But yeah. But other than that, no plans for today, besides to tell you that I'm doing well. Life is good, I hope, I think. And I have a lot of fun things to look forward to with this con. I have some folks that wanted to do potentially some like interviews or videos with me. Some folks that actually offered to take photos from me while I'm fursuiting throughout the con, so that's pretty nice. I've got a lot to like look forward to with this. I just don't know what it is yet. I think honestly going into it with not many plans is pretty good. So it leaves kind of open possibilities for me to just kind of have fun whenever I need to or want to do. Snowy on stream asked me to tell you that he invites you into Peak right now. They're figuring out stuff with game and waiting for everyone to start. But I thought Snowy said... I told Snowy that I'd be potentially down for the second game that they do, because this gives me time to yap and do my thing here. But if they need me right now and we're just switching into playing Peak, you know, I could do that. And I could throw myself in front of Snowy many, many times throughout the climbing. Thick? That's me. Plump. Make beta plump again. How you doing though, Dragon? How the wife and kids? How be you? Have you used WPlace? I have not. I have heard like mixed things about it. I heard it's cool, but at the same time, it's a can of worms that I do not want to get into personally. Inflate. I thought Russ was just babysitting Snowy and Rocket. Russ usually has to babysit me whenever I'm playing Peak. So don't you worry. Oh, Russ is streaming it too. Everyone's like streaming it. Okay. Well, maybe at some point I might have to do that. But yeah, WPlace. Haven't fucked with that. A lot of things that I'm really kind of out of the loop with. I've been thinking about adding like a little channel on my Discord, because truthfully I've just been like so busy with like what I do, where I'm just so not up to date with how like the world is going, things are, memes are going. So I've been thinking about adding one where it's like teach boomer beta things. I'm not necessarily a boomer, but truthfully with how I am just out of the loop with many things, I'm quite behind. So I'm thinking of adding like a little Discord section for you guys to like teach me new things, or new, I guess, things that happen or pop up, like the memes. Like WPlace, didn't know anything about that until someone mentioned it. Take it back, Broad did wake up. Fuck yeah, he woke up. Good. Moderation is absolutely horrible, but otherwise it's pretty good. I can imagine moderation being pretty bad for WPlace. Something outrageous just happened. Did I lose my virginity? Didn't you stream yesterday? Butt plug connoisseur. This is Wednesday. Is today not Wednesday? Am I losing my mind? No, today is Wednesday. I didn't stream. Wait, what? But hold on. Let's roll that back a little bit. Lamppost. The hell do you mean by butt plug connoisseur? What does that mean? Are you just gaslighting me again? No, I do ask for this. You know what I mean? I don't know what I mean. My butt is my no-no square, okay? That's my no-no square. Something. Furry joke. Something. It is hump day, but, you know, not the vibe I'm trying to bring to this stream. Granted, you know, I don't even know what the vibe of this stream is. I'm just a weird dog doing his thing, okay? What's something I could show you guys? I feel like I had like this little folder of things that I wanted to show you, but I completely forgot where it was. Actually, you know what I could show as a little bit of a preview? So I guess for repeat of the announcement from earlier, at some point when I get back, I would like to do a video or a stream going over the worst non-furry shirts out there. Like all these shirt designs that you see from like Hot Topic, Spencer's, and like other third-party sellers. Some of them are just god-awful. They are so bad. Some of them go a bit hard, I will say. But I want to do a tier list of them. I want to rank or rate all of them. And then I want to buy the best one. And I will say this. As much as a lot of them are kind of not great, like, you know, to some extent, the feral and horny one goes a little hard. It's neat. But there was one that someone sent me that I don't know how to find, but it actually kind of goes hard. I think this would arguably be the best, like, non-furry shirt I have seen. I just can't find it for some reason. And I looked everywhere on a website. This is it. I got that dog in me. This is from Spencer's. This actually looks kind of good. I would actually unironically wear that. But here's the thing. I looked everywhere for it, and I cannot find the original. Does Spencer's still sell it? I hope it isn't AI art. I don't know if it is or isn't. I mean... I can't tell. I literally can't tell anymore. I mean, it's not literally a case of... What's the other one? Hold on. We go back. Like this one. It's not the fucking TikTok Gay Furry Pride Month shirt. That one is just diabolical, man. That one's very much AI. But this one, I don't know. I don't know. It does look good, though. Also, shout out to the Stitch Crocs. It does look like AI. It does. Like... But it's like, how do you tell? It kind of has that, like, style, if that makes sense. You know how some, like... shirts have that style? Or, like, some designs have that style? Art pieces have that, like, style that looks AI? But I don't know. Regardless, out of all the ones that I have seen today, which I have seen some god-awful ones, this is the best one that actually looks pretty good. All we really need to do now is get, the cheek fluff? I don't think I see it. I'll just have to look at it closer or do some sort of, like, breakdown of it. Probably just look it up. Is that one shirt AI? Which, granted, here's the thing, too. It's not available when I try to look it up on the website for Spencer's, so I don't think that's really a good sign, if that makes sense. But either way, it'll probably be a later project at this point. I wanted to do it today, but I just... have not had the time. I've been running around since I woke up, and then I still have all this other shit to organize and do, so it's a lot, but I'll get through it one way or another. And hey, it's only a matter of time before I have a fun weekend. Have you seen the New Yorker documentary that came out 2 weeks ago? Don't know what the New Yorker documentary is. I don't know what that is. Is this another furry documentary? Honestly, I think I'm good with one furry documentary this year, and that one being that docuseries. I will say as well, I know I did a video saying that I'd go through the rest of the series. I have, like, fingerprints on my glasses. That's why I'm cleaning them. I know I went through and said I would watch the rest of the furry detectives. I did watch... Episode 2. And I'm gonna be honest, they fucking lost me. they absolutely lost me. I was so lost. I was so just... I don't think I want to continue it, if that means anything. I might watch the rest of it for the sake of it, but like doing a review or recap on it, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I'm ready for that. So, if there's any knowledge about that, yeah, that's where I'm at. Ooh, they look so nice now. But yeah. Anyhow, let's see. Is Snowy? Let me check on Snowy. What's he doing? What's he up to? Is he already doing his peeking? Is he peeking already? Oh, they're getting everyone together. Oh, hell yeah. So I get to watch them. You know. Snowy has his head in his hands. So I don't think things are going well. I don't know. Bad haircut? Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, too. The good thing is, when it comes to getting a bad haircut, especially if it's shorter, it means that it's going to grow up more. So in, like, a day or two time, it should be looking a lot better. Do you think it's detrimental or pointless to keep bringing up awful things in the fandom after several years of things happening? I think... Here's what I think. Because I actually encountered this sort of wall a bit. Because I wanted to potentially do like a covering of like the carpet sample fursuiter. But then I was told, hey, unless you have like something new or different to add to it, you know, don't really cover it, because it's just kind of mentioning it for the sake of it. Or if you're giving your thoughts on it that haven't already given, then yeah. There's a whole take on that too, especially if it's like new information or stuff coming out. Like, say there's like some other furry drama and I cover that. That's different. But I think when it comes to stuff like that, my whole rule of thumb has been like, you know, you can talk about it if you'd like, but I think when it comes to bringing it up again, there should be something like constructive about how it's done. Because if it's not constructive, then usually it's destructive. And destructive stuff, bringing it up over and over again, especially when nothing's changed or progressed with it, doesn't really serve any purpose than to like stir the pot. So I guess that actually is a good way of thinking about it, though, Blue Bengal. And also, I forgot to say earlier, thank you for the bits, by the way. I appreciate it. What long, luscious hair. Truly stunning. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very stunning. Booty. That's me. I have booty. Also, thank you. I'm glad you like my nails. Honestly, it's one of these where I thought they would go away after a bit, but they're still in good shape. They haven't chipped at all. Haven't faded or anything in the past like 3 days, which usually within 3 days they're like, they're kind of fucked. This time around, they're pretty good. So yeah. But literally, I don't really have anything else to talk about. I feel bad. I said I wasn't going to join for the first game, but I feel like I can now if I don't have anything else to talk about. Oh, they already started the game. Okay, so then I'll join for the next one. Perfect. If furries could handle arguments in private DMs, there would be a lot less drama, I swear. That too. You know, if people brought up conversations in DMs rather than made it all public and aired out dirty laundry, things would be a lot better. Because let me tell you, in the past month alone, and I think this is just because of how, like, my For You Twitter feed has been, it has been a lot of seeing people air out dirty laundry with relationships that they've had that should not be made public. Like, all of it could have been avoided if there was just a separate DM or a separate set of messages to send. If it was all done privately, it would be less ugly. I don't know. I mean, that's what I try to do. If I have a problem with people, I try to resolve it in DMs or reach out. So, that's just kind of the adult way of doing it, I feel like. Talk about what you're excited for at the con. Well, that's kind of like the hard thing about it. I'm excited for Megaplex, but for me, it's just a lot of the same stuff of like spending time with friends, going on adventures, eating good food. I'd say the one thing I'm excited for the most is some really good sushi. I have been missing some really, really good sushi. It's been a hot minute since I have. And sushi would fuck so hard right now. Like me. But yeah. I think it's nice that I'm going into it without any, like, big expectations. Like, in all honesty, I'm not really invited to, like, any party room chats or, like, party chats at the con. Which I would honestly argue is kind of a win for me because it means that I have less obligations. Not to say that I don't want to. And you could see this as coping, but for me, it's one of those things where I kind of want to go at my own pace and see what the vibe is and go where I naturally would like to. So that's why for me, you know, I'm kind of glad with the, I guess, circumstance that I'm in for the con. Also, hello, Princess. Hello, Princess Ember. How are you doing? How are you doing on your end, Ember? Would you rather chew a full pack of back alley dumpster flavored gum? I'm good. I don't even know if I want the other one. Liquefied bananas that are almost black. Wow. What horrible options. Does shooting myself suffice as a third option? I don't know.
In case you missed it, I'm excited to see you at Megaplex this year.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm only going Saturday, so hopefully I'll see you there.
Hell yeah.
Also, I think your haircut is fine.
Thank you, Riley. I appreciate it. Look, I think for me, it just looks weird in this lighting, and because I just got the haircut and it just showered, so it's gonna look a little bit weird. However, I think in like a day or two, it's gonna look pretty solid. Which actually, speaking of that, now would be a good time to probably transition over to the conversation topic that I had for today's stream, which is the whole trend that we see whenever a furry convention happens of like, how to find me at insert furry convention here. And a lot of people have been doing that for Megaplex. A lot of my friends, a lot of people making posts. It's pretty much the whole, you know, song and dance that we see on Twitter specifically. And I wanted to talk about this today because it's a very interesting trend that I wanted to kind of delve into, because you know how those like posts are where like people say like do's and don'ts for interacting with me at a convention, and it's a way of like kind of like celebrating like, oh, I'm going to this con officially, and you know, letting people who follow you know, but at the same time, you know, it could be a double-edged sword in that sense. It could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on it. That's why for me, I just have never made the announcement that I'm going to certain cons. I actually stopped doing that whole thing where like people change their usernames on Twitter where they'll have their name and then like a soon arrow going towards whatever convention it is, like beta soon Megaplex, beta soon for Apocalypse, or whatever convention that I'm going to. I stopped doing that. I don't know why, but it's also, I feel like part of it was because I'd usually forget to update it. So like going into like MFF or something, I'd still have it saying like going to Megaplex or going to Anthrocon, and it's like, well, bit late to that. Just shout my name while holding a gift box of nuggies. Okay, you know what, you got your priorities right there. I'm proud of you, Marky. I'm proud of you. Also, thank you, Void. I appreciate it. Hope you have a good one on your end. I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, I just need to chill a bit. That's what I need. I need to relax. I've been so high-strung the past, like, few hours today since I woke up. I need to relax. I got half my packing done. It's all good. I'm gonna have a nice chill flight. I'm gonna get some bangin' coffee. Yeah. Do you ever add CG or guest of honor in case you get that role at a con? What is CG? Creative guest? Content guest? Chungus guest? That's me. I'm the Chungus. I'm a thick community guest. Oh, okay. I don't usually do that. I feel like I should more so, like, make the announcements. I did that for when I went to Awustria. I made it very, very clear, like, I was the guest of honor for the con, because, like, I also know for, like, furry conventions in Europe, you know, especially Awustria, it was their second convention, and I wanted to help grow the con, and I know there would obviously be people who would go to the con or be more keen on going to Awustria or the Austrian Furry Convention if I was going, or that I was the guest of honor. So I think advertising it There's a lot better to do, but obviously it depends on the con. I don't really try to, because it's always been like, fuck, it's such a weird, like, middle ground to be in. Because in one way, you know, I try to... You know, maybe I just need to be loud about it. I think you're right about that random person. I think, honestly, I have just been not taking the initiative that I should. You know, I just haven't... I just haven't been really doing what I need in terms of making announcements that, you know, I'm the guest of honor for the con, or I'm going to a con. And you know, my lack of, you know, initiative with that and really putting it out there probably has, you know, seemed like I'm a little bit of a pussy, quite frankly. You know, that I've been really not taking advantage of the opportunities I have in front of me. So, you know what? I think you're right. And I'm wrong. This is my apology video. Where's my ukulele? Hold on. Where's my... I don't have a ukulele. Pretend that this is a ukulele for my apology video. The toxic gossip train. I brought out my dusty... Oh my god, this thing is so dusty. I gotta clean the fuck out of this, man. I brought out my dusty-ass Guitar Hero 2 Explorer that's, like, halfway broken because there's, like, a chip in the back that's just not even there anymore. I brought it out for that stupid bit. Wow, I'm really good at what I do. I'm out of unimportant fucks to give. I'm almost there. I feel you. I feel you. Oh, bye. Thank you, stalkers. Thank you, mods, once again, for being amazing. Ukulele apology video before GTA 6. You know, I want to get a ukulele, but I want it to be like a really shitty memey ukulele. Like, I want it to be like a Hannah Montana ukulele, like full pink, and just isn't even like actual strings. It's just like plastic, like strings. It's like a toy more than it is an actual ukulele. God. Hello Kitty ukulele. That's what I need. What if I add that to like what if I add that to like my throne or something? What's like the shittiest, most god-awful ukulele that you think that I should get? If you can link me one, I will take my socks. Hi Monty. Stop smurfing. I'm not smurfing. If anything, I'm if anything, I'm trying to compensate because of my lack of hair. I'm an egg now. Yeah, that's another thing too, chat. Literally before this stream, I was playing Deadlock with Monty. I had probably my best Holiday game ever. If anyone plays Deadlock, you know who Holiday is. She's basically like the cowboy, gunslinger, rope, lasso, you're coming with me character. I've been trying to get better at her. And I popped the fuck off that game. I was doing so well. The enemy team, and this is the first time that I have gotten this, said that I was smurfing. They said that I was smurfing. I've never been called a smurf before. And I'm not, if anything, you know, maybe it means that I should probably be ranked higher, but I got called a smurf for being good at the game. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself. Also, hi, Monty. I saw your name and thought of taking my socks off because I know you like the Tootsies, because, yeah. Are you ever going to make a schedule for Twitch? Probably not. It's always going to be for me figuring the fuck out when I do. How you doing, though, Monty? Get the dogs out? I mean, there's a single dog out. How's he feeling? Is he dry on the inside? Are you dry? Oh, princess. Oh, princess. Oh, princess. He smells just fine, princess. Princess. But yeah, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the whole thing with changing my name.
Maverick.
Well,
Sweet.
not that part of it. Changing my name on like Twitter or socials. So you know how there's this trend whenever like a convention is coming up. A big furry convention where a lot of furries are going. And usually this is more of like a normalized tradition This is more of a tradition in the community where people will change their name to have like a little arrow that says soon, pointing towards the name or abbreviation of a furry convention. That's where we're at right now with Megaplex. And a lot of people are putting out their how to find me at Megaplex with like how to find me, do's and don'ts. And I wanted to go over one today that my lovely friend Cody told me, or I asked if I could use it for permission to like as an example, because I want to make one of my very own. That's kind of the plan for tonight before we hop into playing some Peek with friends. But let me first off see if I can find some pictures of my face, because I don't really have any good ones. Oh, I actually do, sort of. Maybe. Yeah, I don't... Half of these I don't think I can use. Are there any more recent pictures of my face? Are there any, like, better... I look like a fucking stick. It just... You know what? We're throwing this in the how to find me at Megaplex post. We're throwing this in there. The Elder Wand! Oh my god. I hate that. I hate that. I look like a stick bug. Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, that's a picture of my face that I can use. Basically, I'm trying to figure out how I can make one of these posts, because I am bad at it, and usually I don't like making those posts. It's like a double-edged sword to some extent. Like, on one hand, I want to make them because it's easier to find me just in case people are not sure. But at the end of the day, it's not going to matter, because people are going to find me regardless. I've been noticed based on my shoe size, believe it or not. People have done that before. They've noticed me and they're like, oh yeah, Beta, you just have such unique shoes. I'm like, okay. Crazy. Crazy, I know. But it's happened. And my friends have been there to back me up and confirm that it has happened. But on the other hand, making those posts, like, I don't know, I kind of want it to be a surprise. I don't know what the fuck I want to do anymore. I'm indecisive as fuck today. That's what I am. I think I just have so much that I need to do that I'm like, Also, this is just water, by the way. Why the long face? Yeah. I like being long. Either way, you desire a perverse form of renewal, an irony-drenched death drive that licks its wounds and thrives on the fear of dream of its own destruction. Anti-furry, what's this Edgar Allan Poe shit you're bringing to the chat right now? That is very uncouth and usually out of character for an anti-furry. Get in character now! If people can say, I want Maverick, then I can say, anti-furry, get in character! Bully? No, I'm kidding. You're being fine. You're lovely. I think.
Maverick's
I don't know.
Feet.
No, the Forrest Gump haircut. Nah, it's more like the Sid from Toy Story haircut. We want Maverick. Well, how about this? You know what? Because, ow, why did that hurt? I just pulled my earbud out of my ear and that hurt my ear. Should probably get shit figured out. Yeah, I know. I look like Sid from Toy Story. Dude, I even have the black shirt, too. Oh, my God. Oh, this is awful. What's something Sid says in Toy Story? Because I haven't seen the original Toy Story in so long. Hold on, let me get Mavericks, and you guys have been asking nuts. You guys have been very, very patient, and I'm proud of you. There's your Maverick. Holy shit. Dude got flung. He's so heavy, man. Why is he stoned? I just need the braces. Yes, I do. XXXL Seth from Toy Story. I love it. I can't even be mad. That's a pretty good roast. Put him on. Stick it. See, instead of put him on, you should say stick it in. You should chant that. Hey, if it's a spectator sport, at least be supportive of it. You know, maybe I'll put on Maverick, maybe. Hey, I'm the freaking kid guy from Toy Story. Ah, what an amazing quote. I don't know, man. I feel like my brain has left the building. All mental fortitude. My head is empty. That's basically it. My head is empty, and I don't know what to do. He's full of sadness from being neglected. Maybe that's what it is, Marky. He gets sadder the heavier he gets. The heavier he is, the sadder he gets. And by proxy, he gets heavier. Or is it, yeah, the sadder he is, the heavier he gets. Yeah, that's what they usually go for, yeah. Yeah. Or he needs draining. What does that mean? What do you mean by that? What do we mean by that? What do we mean by this knowledge? What do we mean by this interaction? What does that mean? What does that mean? Are you going to check out AFC this year? That was also the Goji there that got interviewed by Ethan. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah, I was going to ask about that. Wasn't Ethan at AFC? I've heard good things about that con. Isn't it like a just up-and-coming con? I know a lot of folks are actually really excited for it. Like Cody was telling me how he's looking forward to it. Celio told me how he's looking forward to it. It's one of those cons that I want to give a shot, but it's on the opposite coast, so it's a lot more inconvenient for me when it comes to flights, so yeah, a little bit of a bummer. But yeah, AFC, heard good things about. In a perfect world, would love to try it. Megaplex is kind of off limits for me because Florida, that is entirely understandable. Okay, Incubus though, hold on. Those great value fries, pretty banging. All you need is like a little bit of butter and garlic. And if you have even like the Kraft Parmesan like cheese in a can. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. I have done that here and there. I've done that. Especially when I've been up late. High as a kite at like 2 a.m. It's pretty good. Also, don't worry, Ember. You're fine. You're lovely. We just appreciate you being here. We just appreciate the good vibes. Why is my nose so shiny? Okay, it's a little greasy. Why though? I just showered. I just showered. Maybe I need a shower again. Maybe I'll do that before I leave. Yeah, the Florida Furry Convention. That's the thing too. You'd be surprised to hear that it's actually a pretty good temperature convention. Like, it's not super hot. You'd think that, oh, because it's in Florida, it's moist. Yeah, I mean, or humid, rather. I'm used to calling it moist. You'd think that it's, like, super humid, which it is. It usually is. But a lot of it is all inside in this, like, kind of resort hotel. So, it's actually kind of nice and cozy. You think that going to any furry convention in Florida is, like, ugh. Off limits. I was on the political side of YouTube. I mean, as soon as you start delving down that path, you gotta refresh the feed or jump ship to another account. That's what I gotta do sometimes. Ugh. But yeah, I think it's just weird because it's now kind of my time to relax before my trip, so it's been like this nice weird feeling of like reprieve of just like, oh, I can relax and chill. Yippee. I don't really know what else to do now. I'm kind of, I guess at this point, waiting to join Snowy and all them, but that'll probably be after they end up finishing their first run. I'll tell them, hello,
Maverick
princess. I'm wooting for you. We love Maverick's feet. They should switch dates with A&E. Honestly, that wouldn't be bad. I wouldn't be opposed to having A&E during, like, August or so, or, like, the summer. I feel like that would be a lot more convenient. Also, hi, Lucy. I hope you're doing well. Howdy, howdy. How be you this fine, fine evening? Can we get a shout out for Lucy, by the way? Fellow teammate, good soup, good bean. As a Florida local, I can understand Orlando is more north, whereas Miami would be a scorcher for a FurCon. Wait, there's a difference in area for Florida? Where does Key West lie in that? I heard that Key West is, like, super expensive. Because my folks went there once, and they're like, it was expensive. Sorry, demons. Anyways. Why is it Levi's feet, though? Because that's the only high-quality image that I have of paws. I don't have any high-quality paw images of Maverick. I know, a bit sad and disappointing, but one day, maybe. I actually have to hit up Kayamaro as well, so maybe I'll ask him to see if I could commission him for something. I think we should just shout out Beta instead. I mean, you could shout me out, but if you do, it's just going to shout out Kim Kardashian instead. So, just fair warning with that. Just fair warning with that. The worst anti-gay shooting happened in Orlando. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Very, very sad. Key West is about as far south as we can go. That makes sense. What do I have planned for Megaplex so far? All I really have, as of right now, for plans is food, drink, lots of drink, fursuit, take pics in fursuit, and that's it. You know what? I'm feeling a little awkward right now. I'm going to put on this. Yeah, we're going to enjoy him for a bit. Where the fuck are... How do you get on? There you go. Oh, he smells fine. What was I worried about? What was I worried about? It's also nice and cozy in here. It smells like rain. That's the fursuit spray that I actually use for my fursuit, by the way. I don't really like any of, like, the fruity smells or, like, any sweet smells. I like it to be fragrant. And usually you don't want to use, like, Febreze on your fursuit. So that's why I always opt for, like, some sort of, like, floral smell. It tends to mask things a lot. And it also keeps me from falling asleep, for some reason. So I usually want to stay awake in fursuits. So, fursuit spray. Oh. Well. Sure, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? I lost my eyebrow. Ugh. But yeah. I think what I'm really just looking forward to is just some time away from, like, sitting here at my desk and constantly, like, doing work. Not to say that I don't love, like, making YouTube videos or streaming. I love doing this, but for me, it's just been so rough to kind of, like, maintain that. And I think when I come back, I'll probably take, like, the week to really figure out my schedule to see what it is that I want to do for the rest of this year in terms of content creation stuff and how I want to, like, kind of pace myself. Levi looks so confused now. Well, he's gonna look all puppy now. There you go. Whenever I take off my eyelids, I always think that he looks very puppy energy. This big puppy dog. To be fair, Levi is very big puppy energy, even though he pretends to be a jock. Why not Febreze? I heard there's, like, some chemical or solution in it that, like, degrades the quality of, like, fursuits and fibers whenever it, like, gets in contact with it. I don't really know. I know a fursuit maker would probably have a better explanation of that than I do, so Yeah. The con is going to be in fashion. I know. I know a lot of people have been, oh, SDFC, that's what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about Megaplex. I know a lot of people have been getting ready for it with their, like, outfits and looks. This is the first con where I actually kind of semi-put together the outfits that I would be wearing for the con, so I'm pretty excited for that. Aren't you an ex-frat boy? I mean, I was in a fraternity. I still am. You know, I'm a brother of the fraternity, but it's not really, you know, frat vibes. You know, the stereotypical, like, Animal House fraternity vibe, that's just not what my fraternity was. At all. Like, at all. Like, I think they had their own first toga party recently. Also, man, Anti-Furry cool, I was rooting for you. I was rooting for you to be, like, chill in chat, you know? But to be fair... Oh, wait, actually, you're doing the whole anti-furry thing. Oh, you know what? You're fine. You're fine. you're doing your job. You're going back into character. I did ask for you to go into character. That was my bad. I forgot. I slipped up a bit. Lol. Lamau, even. That's my favorite thing to say. He's keeping us in check. Good. You know, that's another good thing, too, anti-furry. I'm glad you're here. Because if anti-furries are here, then it means that I'm doing something right to some extent, and that I'm still somewhat relevant. Not that that's a goal of mine, but it's something you like to do and be when you're a content creator full-time. But even still, hope you have a good night on your end if you're stepping out. Thank you for stopping by. Be chill next time. And, stay life jacket. Yeah. Really wish I could attend Megaplex this year. After hearing all the hype from last year, unfortunately, due to the time change to a PonyCon, where I'm going to be a community guest this year, I can't attend Megaplex. Well, I hope you have a good time at the BronyCon. I hope it goes well. I hope it really, really goes well. I'm sorry to hear about no Megaplex, though. And especially as a community guest, though, that is hella cool. Big congrats on your end. And I hope it goes well. I just know for me, whenever I've been, like, a community guest or, like, a guest of honor, there's, like, usually a lot of things that I have to do. There's a lot of work that goes into it, too. So it's not just that I'm attending the con. I have a lot of responsibilities on top of that, which really, at the end of the day, isn't too different from what I usually do at a con, where, like, I'll do panels and, like, go to, like, events or dinners or whatnot. You know, it's just... I don't know. I'm just the weird talking dog today. Did you say you'll be peaking later? I might be. I have to check in with Snowy to see if they're still streaming and doing their thing. I know they're doing their own run right now. I think they're in the second biome, so when everything dies and they lose, which I need you guys to help me keep track of it, when they're going to be on their second run of peak, because I will be joining them for the rest of that stream. Which actually, because of it as well, I might just switch to only Twitch streaming for that second half. Just because I know everyone there is streaming on Twitch and they're doing, like, the shared chat thing. So yeah, I think it would be a bit more convenient for me to just simply stream on Twitch. I do the same thing whenever I'm streaming, like, with Jake or something, too. So, just a fair warning for the YouTube peeps who will probably be switching gears eventually. But yeah, I'll be peeking, you know me. I can't even put my fingers together, man. I am such a failure. I'm such a failure. The good thing, though, about having the haircut that I do is whenever I take my fursuit head off, my hair isn't a mess. And it's actually arguably less hot inside my fursuit. So that is pretty good. Stay there, good boy. That is pretty cool. Levi gave birth to an egg. Don't even start. Ember, do not even start, because there are people that will take that of, like, Beta likes eggs that way. I'm like, no. No. Not at all. Long hair in VR is a massive pain. I can imagine. I think what I'll probably end up doing, especially on my flights to and from Megaplex, is I'll probably be organizing what video projects I want to work on, because I've done a little bit of scripting here and there for videos that I could be recording and doing, but honestly, like, I think tomorrow will be my day where I just, like, take that time to organize my things. On top of that as well, I've been thinking about trying to do more collab stuff, because I will be, you know, hanging out with friends before the con. And if we're not doing anything, it wouldn't be a bad idea to maybe do some sort of, like, collab video. Or collab video, if Montu's still here. Thank you for all the content you've made. It's helped me work up the courage to go to my first convention after being in the fandom for so long. Excitedly terrified. That's awesome to hear. I'm really happy for you. I hope you have a good con. Everyone deserves to have a good first con. Everyone deserves to have their shot, and even if it isn't, you know, a good first con, you know, it's still good that you're trying. I'm proud of you. I think that's what I'll probably end up having as my next big project after this, too. I talked about it in the last stream about the Diamond in the Rough conventions, or those that aren't, like, the super big conventions that are, like, what FWA used to be before it got too big, and what, like, MFF used to be before it got too big. Like, there are all these cons out there that had that vibe before, and now they're kind of not being replaced, but, like, other cons are fulfilling that vibe. Like, Megaplex is that, AFC I heard is that, LVFC is that, in terms of, like, it's not too big, but the vibes are there. So I think, honestly, I'll probably end up doing that for, like, my next convention video. I've been wanting to do that more and more, just, like, in general tips for conventions. I know those videos obviously don't really perform as well because it's very hit or miss. But I will say, the last few videos that I did about, like, the pre-con jitters at conventions, that's pretty good. I'm really happy that I did that video. FOMO at furry conventions, and I've talked about that hundreds of times, but I'm glad that I still did that for a topic. So yeah, I think I'm getting my steam back. Once I have this, like, time off, I'll be able to kind of come back full sending. I think that's my goal going into this next week, or week after, because since I'll be leaving for Megaplex and coming back Tuesday, I'll have Wednesday and Friday to stream. So, like, Wednesday, I probably want that to be my Megaplex recap stream. And then Friday, I want to probably do, finally, that t-shirt tier list. I think that'll be, like, a good set goal for me for going with streams in the future. I think that's pretty good. I used to get FOMO when I missed your streams. I mean, that's why I streamed to YouTube at the same time, too, just to archive it a little better. And I try to take, like, the highlight parts and put them on, like, separate channels. You know, I do my best with it all. It's just a lot to manage all at once. So, you know how that be. Thought I saw you at FWA a few months ago. It was my first ever FurCon experience, so I was too nervous to go up and actually confirm nervous. That's fair. I mean, it takes a lot to do. I get that to the extent. I know it's very easy to get into the mentality of, like, oh, people are constantly saying hi to me, but I also try to understand, like, you know, from the perspective of someone doing it, it takes a lot of courage to go up to someone and do that. So, like, no worries, no pressure. I hope you had a good con regardless. But hey, look at all of us now. We're all here in a weird floaty fetish dogs live stream, waiting for his friends to fail at peak so he can join. When do you leave for Megaplex? So my flight leaves at 6:30 tomorrow morning. And so I'd probably have to leave for the airport at, like, 4 a.m. or so. Or I'd have to be at the airport for 4 a.m. or so. So I am very likely not going to be sleeping tonight. I mean, I'd have to leave for the airport in, like, what? 8 hours from now? Yeah, 8 hours. Oh my god, I have 8 hours before I leave for a furry convention. Oh my god. I'm not even ready. I don't have any of, like, my videos together. I gotta get, like, this Thursday's video out, or at least scheduled. I gotta get some YouTube shorts done, which I'm not even anywhere close to that. Actually, you know what? I think I've decided. I'm gonna say fuck it. Not to the convention, but in terms of getting what I need done. If I can, I will record one video before I leave and have that uploaded to my Google Drive. That is it. And then the rest of the time, I focus on packing, I focus on mentally preparing. Snowy just died in peak. Oh wait, no, he's not dead. He's getting there, though. Just saw him fall really, really hard. That's funny. Procrastination is a bitch. It really is. Oh, wait, never mind. He did die. Well, no, he didn't. He's like on the cusp. He's like back and forth with it. I'm watching him play through Peak right now, and it's pretty funny. Where Levi through TSA. I will say, I think the only furry struggle that I've really kind of had with regards to the TSA is I have had a moment where whatever I am bringing with me to and from a con, adult stuff, kinky stuff, does end up getting flagged. I had that happen once. It did end up getting flagged once while going through TSA. And so I did have a moment where they did pull it out, and they gave me a look, and I'm like, so there was nothing else that I could say. I think honestly, just based on their expression, they would just try to do their job and just keep it going. They didn't really care about it specifically. I just always put the naughty things in checked baggage. That's the thing. I usually do it. And I thought, oh, you know, just this once, it'll be fine. It's an electronic thing, you know, it's just what it is. Of course, the one fucking time where I don't put said, item in my checked luggage. It's just like right there in the bag, and they're like, all right, we gotta check it. And I'm like, okay. They're like, and they ask, like, is there anything that could poke, stick, or stab me? I'm like, no, but, well, not in a poking way. Just not in the way you know what, never mind. No, there isn't. And then they pulled it out, and they're like, oh. And I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, okay. And then they just kept looking for whatever, and they didn't find it, and they're like, okay, it's all good, you're good. And I moved on. But I worried I had traumatized the TSA agent. No, I hadn't. They had no expression on their face if they were surprised or shocked or floored. They were just like, all right, yeah. Like, it's in every other day. Like, it's just another Tuesday. Just another Tuesday. I had that happen with another item that I brought for comfort reasons, to some extent. So funny. I've had that happen. Just remember to check the things that you should keep separately, you know? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Just keep things separate. Put it in the checked bag if you don't think it should go anywhere else. But hey, that was years ago too when that happened. I think it was like 2021, right when cons were happening again. Where I was like constantly visiting friends. Like I was flying out to visit people in Seattle, go to conventions, say hi to peeps. It was a time where I was going around a lot, but it's also been some time since then. Ooh, my fan. I should probably pack that too. It's kind of hot in here. Odd lid, yeah. Or analogy. Very nice. Analogy, exactly. Anal-ogy. Why am I this way? How do you guys put up with me? I mean, surely you do, if there's a lot of you here. I'm just excited for some good adventures and good times with friends. I think I really need that, and I need some time away from this desk. Because I genuinely, since like getting back from Awustria, I have just been planted here doing this like every day, which isn't bad, you know, I love what I do. But I think like spicing it up a little bit, changing it up a little will definitely help me in the long run. And I'll hopefully be able to come back with all sorts of energy for whatever projects that I've had throughout the time. Touch grass, yes, that's probably what I need to do. And I probably need to keep touching grass even when I get back. So what exactly was that very special item? Probably not going to say here, but, you know. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, don't guess. That's all I'll say. Nothing bad. Check his 80 Twitter. Yeah, sure. I mean, I guess. I don't know. Analogy. Maverick's feet. Yeah, Maverick's feet. You know, it was actually really funny, too, because when the first time I got my fursuit from Levi, from Phoenix Nest, I actually picked it up from their place, and I took it back with me, so it was my first time, you know, bringing that fursuit head back with me. It is so, like, lightweight and weightless that it got caught through, like, the TSA, and they had to, like, take it out multiple times, recheck it, because they're like, we cannot see anything in here. And so they had to take it out, check it and all that, and they're like, yeah, it's good. I'm just surprised. Like, they were shocked at how lightweight and how weightless a fursuit or mascot head was. So, hey, if that's a testament to anything. Egg vibes. Hi, Two-Piece. I love Two-Piece. I can't wait to see you in a few days. I'm so excited. I want to take a shot with Two-Piece. I want to go to his set. I want to say hi to him. I want to get fursuit hugs and fursuit pictures with him. Hope you're doing well, Two-Piece. Hope your adventures have been good this past week. I know you've been going around a lot. Do the haircut, fresh Maverick? Yeah? You like the Sid from Toy Story vibe going on here? Whoa. The big one. Isn't that what Sid says in Toy Story? I can't remember. Is Two-Piece this is sequel to One Piece? Two-Piece. I like going that. I'm like, it's Two-Piece. Two-Piece is really cool. That's someone I'm excited to see at Megaplex. It's going to be so fun. Did you see the touch grass skit that someone did in VR where they had a tray strapped to their chest that they had grass in it? And that's a way of doing it. It's a way of touching grass. Shortcut. That's the thing. Never, ever underestimate someone who is on a mission to be as lazy as possible. Because they will optimize things to the furthest extent that you could never imagine. Especially on top of that, never underestimate an engineer who's lazy. Because they will try to make that process as fucking easy as possible. The reg line is completely indoors, right? It should be. I remember last time I registered for the con for Megaplex, it was all indoors. Like, it just went through across. Basically how, like, I think Megaplex is... There's, like, the convention space that's, like, down on, like, the right side, but there's this whole long hallway for all, like, the panel rooms and whatnot, and, like, the registration is on, like, the left side of the hallway. I know it's mirrored camera and all that. And then, like, all along that hallway is where, like, the line could be. But yeah, the registration for Megaplex is all inside, so I wouldn't worry about it. How is Snowy doing in his peaking? Looks like they're doing well. They're surviving, maybe. Furries should have their own job corps. Technically, I do to some extent, if you think about it. I'm my own boss. I do my own YouTube videos and stuff. So, I'd like to think that I'm technically furry full-time. That's a little sad if you think about it, but, you know, I'm happy. Definitely some cool things I could do with it. Someone bad dragging it? God damn it. God damn it. What's something cool I could show you guys? What's something fun I could show you guys? Oh! I actually have something cool I could show you guys. So, for those that do not remember, a couple of months back, I had finally put together my project, or my big video. It's kind of like a long time coming video that should be like an hour and a half long or so, coming at some point whenever my editor is able to get it done, on the Furry CSI episode, to sort of analyze it to see if it actually is as bad as people say it is. Yes, it is, but different time and all that. But here's the thing. With that Furry CSI episode, I know it goes down in history as the most infamous episode of TV portraying the furry fandom ever. Okay? I didn't know how bad it was. Yes, Fur and Loathing. That was the name of the episode. Fur and Loathing. It's supposed to be like Fur and Loathing in Las Vegas. I think it's like season 5, episode 3 or 4 in CSI, Crime Scene Investigation. Was it CSI? Yeah, it was CSI. I keep forgetting what it was. Basically, that whole show was like top of TV at the time. It was like the #1 rated TV series in America at the time. And then that episode released, and then, you know, it's been for like a decade at that point what people defined what the furry fandom was, and then, you know, there it is from there. I didn't know how bad it got. I didn't know how bad it got. Not to the extent of like the response, but like how it's known. So here's the thing. God fucking damn it. Here's the thing. Did any of you guys know about this? Go to Google right now. Look up that one episode. But spell it correctly, because I can't spell for the life of me. Just look up that one episode. Those 3 words. Why does this come up? Why does this come up? Did you guys know? Did any of you know about this? Just looking up that one episode brings you to the furry CSI. Did any of you know about this and not tell me? I discovered this through a random Reddit thread when I was researching that video, and I was going through my notes again, and I'm like, holy fuck, I forgot about that. And I went to check it, and it still works. If you look up that one episode on Google, that furry episode from CSI comes up. It's the first thing that comes up. That one episode. Is that bad, huh? Well, let me tell you, the episode for the time was pretty bad. Nowadays, looking at it, it's more funny than anything else. I look at that episode and I just laugh. I think I watched it with friends and I did like a drinking contest with it. It was pretty funny, but it's still just like, what the fuck? What? It's still pretty bad. It had the effect that it did back then, but now it's just, you kind of look back at it and reminisce in sort of like a funny way. But just the fact that you can look up that one episode could be anything. It could mean anything. And then the Fur and Loathing CSI furry episode comes up. You absolutely know it had a bad effect if you're looking up that one episode and this comes up. You know the effect that it had. But did anyone else know about this? It just did, and it popped up. If I look up that one episode in DuckDuckGo, I get a podcast that has nothing to do with it. Fair. But if you look it up in Google, maybe it'll come up. It is, I will say, with regards to that episode, it is what it is. I mean, it's kind of like what Blue Bengal had mentioned a little bit ago in chat of, like, bringing up something from, like, that's bad in, like, the history of, like, the fandom, or bad in the history of, like, something, and, like, is it worth bringing up or not? Sometimes it's nice to revisit it and, like, give an actual clarification for it, rather than it be, like, lost in translation of, dude, trust me on the internet. But sometimes for cases like this, it's one of these where you can kind of look back and laugh at it a bit. I don't know, it's just funny how you can look up that one episode, and then the furry CSI episode comes up, as if that is, like, the most riveting thing out of everything for that one episode. It's just kind of funny. Didn't know it could happen. But hey, just something funny that I discovered recently. Also, I forgot to say as well, thank you, Insane Weasel, for the super chat. I greatly appreciate that. That's very, very generous of you. Just joining stream briefly. I get that haircut too because my hair grows too fast, but I end up looking like a skinhead. I feel ya. Also, see you at Megaplex. I'm gonna be a Bui or a Corvid from Root. Oh, hell yeah. Well, I hope you have a good time at the con if I don't see you. Thank you so much for the support, Insane Weasel. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. Hope you have a good time at the con. And yeah, that's kind of like what I went with my haircut. I just wanted all the hair gone, especially with going to Florida and being humid and moist as fuck in every way, in ways that I don't want to be moist. I will be moist. So I decided to go for as minimal hair as possible, and yeah, I look like an egg. Hi, I'm Egg. Or Sid from Toy Story, whichever you call it. SEO for you? Yeah, exactly. Moist. And critical. That's me. It's still funny, though, that one episode. Something like the CSI episode is pretty tame, so bringing that up is funny, like you say. If it's fandom drama like horrible persons and crime, I think it's something that needs to be put to rest. Yeah, there's like a difference between that from how are you putting it. It's like, I'm sure you've seen it a lot of like those anti-furry compilations of like people are like, oh, furries aren't bad, and they're like, well, what about these furries? And then they do like the examples of people who have been like arrested or committed crimes, and it's like, it's just constantly using that as an example of why furry's bad, but when that's not fully representative of the community, that's just like, you know, bringing it up for the sake of either shock value, reaction, views, or whatever. That's why I've been like, even with what you had mentioned, Blue Bengal, that's why I've been a little standoffish about that, you know, docu-series, The Furry Detectives. Like, went back and watched it, the first episode, I'm like, okay, yeah. The second episode, like, they just lost me. I haven't seen it since, and I might watch the rest of it, but it's just like, there's nothing new about it that I don't already know from the YouTube videos that have been out for years about it. So it's a little, you know, it's weird. It's a little weird. But hey, at the end of the day, I did the one video covering it. I'm probably not going to cover it anymore because truthfully, I don't know if I really want to dip my toes into that. I'd rather spend my time on like the projects that I've been like missing out on. Like I know I said it at the beginning of the stream last night when I was like completely in like a rut, did not know what video I wanted to make. I ended up finally like recording one of, I guess, the side projects I've been doing of organizing all of my furry art. Like, I've organized all of it by, like, name, how I want to post it, by the fursona, like, all my furry stuff in general. And I finally got to, like, breaking down how I organize it all. And I was really happy with doing that video as just, like, a one-off thing. So I think that's what I want to try doing instead of focusing on what I feel like I should, rather, like, do what I want. So that's what I did yesterday. I'm happy with how the video turned out. So, yeah. It's just a little side thing. I think it's just more of, like, prioritizing where I want to take things. Also, hope you have a good con, Mr. Hunter. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I don't want to promise anyone that they'll see me at a con. You know, you can hope to see me, which is, I'm glad that you phrase it that way of, like, I hope to see you, but there's no guarantee. I try my best to be as available and open and, I guess around as possible whenever I am going around. Like, I'll make announcements on Twitter of like, find me at Megaplex. Here's where I am. I'm fursuiting now. Maybe I will put together one of those little tweets or posts about, you know, how to find me at Megaplex. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Wouldn't be bad at all. Fun fact for Peak, if you get too hungry, you can eat other players. So what you're telling me is I'm going to eat Snowy immediately. What you're telling me is that as soon as their run ends and they end up doing their next run, I am going to be eating Snowy. Honestly, I'm not opposed to that. I'd love to see more furry content creators doing creative highlights about fandom artists, writers, musicians, etc. That's what I've been looking to switch gears on. Like, I did that recently with going over I Think I Like You, that comic series, which I know is a very specific example, and it's like, you know, talking about something within reference there to just like an art form or a comic series that people like that's popular. So I'm going to try that, and maybe I'll probably do it in a different sense. I've been trying to work on like promoting people more in my videos too, like promoting other creators, artists, other talent in the fandom, just is very noteworthy and notable for people to find rather than just relying on me for the one place. You know? So I do appreciate that feedback there, Blue Bengal. I definitely want to keep doing that. I think talking about topics is good, but, you know, using examples and references is even better. And Duncan and Eddie, as well as I Think I Like You, are such good fandom comics. I didn't even know about I Think I Like You until recently. So it's a little different. I like it. I want to read more of it, but I'm saving it for maybe more like stream content or a video. I don't know. I don't know. I have no clue. Also, hi, Pegasus, though. I'm a little bald, but not really. But yes. No more hair. Hair gone. Quite sad. But hey. I thought I chipped my nail, but I guess I didn't. I'm happy. They still look nice. They're gonna look good for the con. Even though I could have timed it where I painted my nails today rather than, like, Sunday. But here we are. Not sure what you're talking about, Incubus, but Ed, Edd n Eddy is a pretty cool show. I liked it. It had a proper ending from the movie. Steal Levi's hair? No. He doesn't really have hair, otherwise he'll be bald. He'll be bald. We don't want that. Cinnamon applesauce should be globally recognized as a dipping sauce. Yeah. Though, to be fair, isn't it like a dipping sauce for, like, some dishes in Europe? I know for me, when I ended up having, I can't remember what it was like some sort of pot roast thing. There were, like, all these, like, little side dips, and one of it was, like, an applesauce. Like a savory apple sauce to dip in. It wasn't cinnamon applesauce. German cuisine? Yeah. So good. I miss it. I miss the people from Austria. I miss the food especially. Maybe one day I'll go back. Maybe one day I'll go back. Who knows? This music's too hype. I'm switching it. Holy crap, we're 2 hours into stream already? What happened? What on earth happened, dude? When peak? I think we'll probably end up joining them after they end up finishing their next game. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm feeling a little head empty. I don't know if streaming the rest of it would be a good idea. So maybe what I'll end up doing is raiding, or having you guys raid into Snowy or Bra or Rocket or Russ's stream, and then I'll join them in some peak. I think I might actually end up doing that. That would actually be a good idea. Because then I can just kind of focus on, like, playing the game with them and not worrying about, like, being entertaining, so. Let's do that. I like that idea. Time for Snowy Fluff? Yeah. Time for Snowy Fluff. Also, hi, Barkser. Hope you're doing well. I've been trying to think as well, what are some new fun things that I could try while at Megaplex? Because you know my usual routine at cons is just to hang out with friends, dealer's den, go around first, my usual routine. What's something new or different that I could try? Like at the con, or like in the evening? What do you guys think? What do you guys know about Megaplex that might be happening? I could try floating around in my life jacket at the pool. That wouldn't be a bad idea, because I do have that whole floaty vest that I have to pack still. Could do that. Enter dance contest? I have no knowledge about dancing. I mean, I can dance. Like that. I can dance, but not actually move and have, like, a story with what I'm doing. I could pool. Beta swim cam, you know, maybe. Clip that? You guys really think that that dancing was great? Trust me, it wasn't, but I appreciate it. There's a Twitch panel with that dog Cody. You know, maybe I could go over to that. That's a good point, Kai. Also, I did remember, I'm gonna say your name. Tried to make a mental note of it. Honestly, that wouldn't be a bad idea, going to like a Twitch panel or like a meetup. I don't know, I want to try more con stuff since I'm already like buying the badge. I might as well try some stuff and do more. Beta was a judge at Austria? Yeah, I was. It was pretty fun. It was a lot, I will say. I think it was like the moment I was the most overwhelmed in terms of like my responsibilities and other things that I had to do. But it still worked out at the end of the day. I was content. I was happy. I was happy that I got to do it. I think my plan for tonight as well, for the one video that I want to maybe try recording, if I can, is the one talking about my maid cafe experience. Doing a maid cafe in fursuit. Ooh. Solo cons even worth the cost? My only IRL furry friend doesn't think so and wouldn't be able to go to any this year. I mean, depends on what you'd end up doing at the con. I know some people can go to cons alone. I know, like, Finn did a video on that and describing his experience with that. It's very deterministic of what you're looking for. But if you're looking to meet people, then I'd say that's the best way to do it. Really depends on what you're looking to achieve with it and asking around about that. But at the same time, you will never know unless you find out. You will never know unless you try it. And that has always been, like, kind of the basis for... I think I just saw Rocket jump to his death in Peak. Oh, no, he's fine. Okay. Never mind. When we'll see Levi in a maid dress? Probably tonight if I end up recording that video. I was actually washing and cleaning my maid outfit. Oh, Snowy just died. Well, that's a real shame. That's a real shame. You'll probably end up seeing Levi in a maid outfit tonight because I did end up cleaning and washing my maid outfit from the con that I last attended. And I'll probably have to wear that for my video tonight because I want to be in uniform. Also, hi, ML. Hope you're doing well. The more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. Exactly. I mean, that's Peak for you. Snowy dying again in Peak. So funny. I've been meaning to ask Beta, what do you believe is the most commonly used Fursona name? And in my opinion, it's between Kai and Aurora. Kai is definitely very common. That's a good question. Kai, Snowy, Nova. I'd say that those are the top three for Fursona names or furry names in the fandom. Top three most used, most repeated Fursona names. Kai, Snowy, Nova. I know so many Novas. I know so many Kais. There are also a lot of betas, too. Surprisingly, there are a lot of betas. There's a lot of Shadows. People named Shadow. It's pretty interesting. I guess it just kind of depends on what character, too. But in general, for, like, furry names I've seen, I haven't seen many Sparkies, surprisingly. Not that many. There are probably a couple of Finns, but definitely out of, like, the most seen furry names, for me, are probably Kai, Nova, and the other one. Can't remember. Fuck. Switch Life Ember. Fair. The bottoms are always the majority. Yeah. Well, you know how it be. Also, hi, Part-Time Dragons. Well, I'm glad you think so. I thought my haircut was a little too short, but, you know, give it a day or so, it'll grow out. Snowy, yes. So yeah, those are the three names that I probably come across the most frequently in the fandom. Snowy, Kai, and Nova. Just looked up the most used furry names. Want to hear it? Is there like an archive of it? Most used furry names. Now I'm curious. One, your mom. Okay, I'm getting an AI overview. This is not good. Ash? I forgot about Ash. There are a lot of Ashes. Bolt, supposedly. This is coming from like a tweet that I found. Shadow, Wolfie, Nova, Foxy, Sheppy, Midnight. Oh my god. So many common names.
Okay, let's go.
Princess. That's another name. Oh, Princess. Maybe that'll be a separate fun little video. Maybe that's like a drinking challenge sort of thing. Name common furry names. And then if you can't come up with one or it's a repeat, You take a drink. Nova, Nova the Protogen, you shouldn't change your name. If you like the name Nova the Protogen, live your best life with the name that you have, okay? That's all you can do. That's it. Any tips for fursuit making? Look at some YouTube tutorials on it. Best one that I would recommend is the channel that was formerly known as Waffles Does Art. If you want to see some like quick tutorials on like fursuit making, fursuit creation stuff, go and watch his videos. I know there's plenty of other channels. I think I actually recommended Waffles in one of my recent videos. Oh yeah, because I was going to do like the Spirit Halloween fursuit furry mask thing discussion, which I will do at some point. It's just taking time to get through. I like Beta's work, senpai. Yeah? I wouldn't say I'm a senpai. Taught me about furries when I was young. Well, I appreciate it. I do my best. I don't think there's much, like, furry stuff that I can teach anymore, if that makes sense. I guess it's just more of talking about my experience as a furry, and then, you know, maybe it's valued. Probably shouldn't be. Probably take my opinion with a grain of salt, if I'm being honest, since I'm a YouTuber, but there's that. Yeah, that's the tips that I would give. Go and check out some other creators. Just look it up. I know a Google search can be a little daunting with everything that comes up, but again, you won't know until you check. Beta Sensei to Snowy and Jake. I've been told that a lot. It means a lot. I try my best to help people get into content creation. I don't know when I'll hear about it or not, but I hope that I do get approved for my panel for Apocalypse, because I do want to retry, or at least try, doing another introduction to content creation panel like I did at Awustria. I think that would be really cool, and it would be a good test to see if I can improve upon the current format that I have for it. So, yeah. What is the art to the left of the Capsule Fox poster? Second to the bottom. To the left of it? You mean the Starbucks bag, or the one underneath it? Or the second one underneath that? Which one specifically? Did you ever post the second panel from Awustria? No, I didn't. I probably should. Underneath Starbucks. That is some art. Let me see if I can grab it, because I can probably put it back up against the wall. This is some art that I was surprised with. And yes, I literally just hang things up with command strips. This is some art that I don't remember who made it, but someone had surprised me with it when I was walking past their table in the dealer's den at Fernal Equinox back in 2019. So it's been 6 years since I've had this. It's just some very cool looking, you know, ripping off the life jacket art that Maverick has. It's sick. It looks cool. I've had it hung up ever since, but I can't remember who it was, but I was walking around the dealer's den at Fernal Equinox. They're like, "Oh, you're Beta. I have this for you." And then they just handed me this as if I was just gonna be there. I don't think I ever announced that I was at Effie, but I was so taken aback by it, because I'm like, wait, did you just have this at the moment, hoping that I was gonna be here? You know what? Regardless, I appreciate it. It's so cool looking. Look at this. And I did laminate it because I wanted to keep it safe. It obviously has a little bit of aging at the top from like the yellowing of like the paper, but it still looks like as nice as can be. I wanted to obviously keep it and present it in a way that looked really nice and keeping the quality that I had from years back. But still, shout out to whoever this was, for whoever was vending as an artist in the dealer's den in Canada at Fernal Equinox. You know who you are, but thank you again for this art. I've had it hung up on my wall for like years now. The coloring is sick. It really is. It's very markered in. It's all traditional art too, even better. Oh wait, no, I think this is like colored pencil or stencil. This is really cool. God damn. It looks like it should be digital based on like the shading and whatnot, but it's really, really nice. Caudy, C-A-U-D-Y, 2019. That is the little author's signature there. Yeah, I forgot they sign art. Yeah. But yeah, shout out to Caudy from 2019 Fernal Equinox for surprising me with this. The conversation was pretty simple of like, "Hey Beta, I didn't know you were at this con. I made this for you. just completely unlaminated, gorgeous art piece. I didn't even know what to say then. It's just like, what do you say in that moment? Besides, like, thank you. You know, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this, thank you. But it's just like, I was just so shocked in the moment to receive, like, this. It's just, furries are so nice and kind to me. Especially even for, like, that other piece underneath it, which is, like, one of my favorite little personal pieces that someone did for me. I want to show this one real quick. I know we're going over random art on my wall. But, like, this, I really adore this art piece, too. I had gone to, I think it was Anthro Northwest. This was either 2021. Okay, it was 2021. This is, like, right after, like, COVID lockdown and all that. This is when I was visiting friends in the West Coast. I wanted to go to the Pacific Northwest. I wanted to try out cons out there. And this artist, who I guess had been following my streams and my journey as, like, a content creator through, like, the things that I really enjoyed, did this just gorgeous little art piece of my personal character, Beta the Aussie Shep, in a life jacket, with the theming being like SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, because they knew that this is one of, like, my earliest childhood games that I hold, like, near and dear to my heart. It's one of my favorite platformers of all time, SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. The original one, not the remake. The remake was okay. I still love the original. It is timeless to me. I could play through it, and it's, like, my comfort game. But they ended up surprising me at the con with just this gorgeous art piece that's, like, painted and inked, and it's so adorable. Shout out to Smacksburr for doing this lovely piece for me. I love it so much. It's my Aussie Shep in his life jacket, floating to the top, pulling the ripcord, and, like, a SpongeBob theming. It's supposed to be a badge, but I love it. It makes me so happy. It makes me so happy. And that's why I have it hung up, because it's just a reminder of, like, oh yeah, you know, this is, like, kind of an embodiment of nostalgia for my character, or for me, because, like, I love SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. I love SpongeBob in general. This is my Aussie Shep, my personal character, and, you know, he's themed around the art, so it's like I use it as a reminder to look back at, like, you know, how far I've come, where I came from. So yeah, this is the cutesy little art that I hold near and dear to me. I love it. It looks so cool too. It looks like it's drawn with, like, highlighters too. I know it's kind of hard to see with all the laminating and, like, wrinkles in it, but it looks just gorgeous. I love it so much. I love it. Absolutely love it. And that's the thing too. I just love, like, personal art pieces like this. I know the artist, like, went out of their way to do this for me and surprised me with it at, like, a random booth I was at Anthro Northwest. But I was so happy that I got it. It makes me so happy. I look at it and I'm like, oh, that's me. That's probably me if I was in Battle for Bikini Bottom, just enjoying the floaty dog time. I love it. I love it. Ranchiest Goober? Crunch! I don't know why I thought of that specifically. Ranchiest Goober, thank you for the gifted membership. I forgot you could do that. Forgot that was even a feature on YouTube. Greatly appreciate the gifted channel membership. Enjoy the emotes exclusively on YouTube. And thank you for the support. Enjoy the channel membership. Snapdragon. Enjoy the emotes. I still have to get more emotes. I'll probably hit up Russ about that. I feel like, I don't really like setting channel membership goals, because it's more like a, you know, optional thing compared to Twitch subs or something. So, like, I'd love to get some Maverick emotes at some point. What's happening with Peak? I will probably be joining Snowy and company after they're done with their run, because I have my own, like, mod for it to be able to join them past 4 people, so I'll probably end up doing that. Let me put this back out real quick. Also, hi, Snibbs. I hope you're doing well. Well, lovely seeing you as always. Hope all is well. So, Snibbs, what? Okay, here's the thing, too. Okay, you know what? We can play this game. Hold on. Snibbs, do you have one of these? Do you have one of these? Just yes or no. Don't lie to me. Be honest.
Sim.
Okay, you did. Okay, I was just making sure. Well, if you didn't, one of these is for you, okay? Because I'm trying to get through these. These are supposed to be, like, for friends and Sweet Beans, who have been very, very generous to me. Listen, what? I want to return it somehow. I want to return it somehow where I give you something too. It's all my Lego. You have a Lego shelf. I love that. I love that. One day, if I ever get into Lego building, I'm gonna do that. Snibbles, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. I greatly appreciate that. Well, how about this then? Next time I get new stickers, which I haven't gotten new stickers for a hot minute, one is absolutely going to be reserved for you and Skips. At least one. But I appreciate the 10 gifted subs, Snibs. I thank you so much for that. Can we get some life jackets and beta 8 hearts in the chat? For Snibbles, for the gifted subs. And for Ranchiest Goober. I love that name. Ranchiest Goober. The Ranchiest. Like, it's like a salad ranch or like a Jolly Rancher Goober. What the fuck is happening with Snowy right now? Hold on. What the fuck is happening right now? Look at him go. Look at him go! What is that? What kind of fish is that? Can I catch it? Is this like the Biggs levels in Sonic Adventure? Oh, there he goes. Okay, he's fine now. Okay. Okay. Dragon! Listen. Listen. Okay, you know what? 2 can play at that game. 2 can play at that game. Last verse, same as the first. Do you have one of these, Dragon? Yes or no? Well, if you're going to a fur con, and we're at the same fur con, one of these will be for you. There you go. I reserve one of these for Dragon. It's like a snapback hat. Look at the cool design on it. It's got like a life jacket at the bottom. I love it. I love it. Wait, your nails are so pretty. Thank you. A&E? Okay, I'll hold on to this for A&E. One of these is for you then. Thank you for the 10 gifted. But Snips, I haven't taken like any photos or pictures of my nails yet, but this is how I did my nails. I did them at my folks' place this last Sunday. They're supposed to be like magnetic, but this lighting really isn't doing the best job at showing it. Basically, they're supposed to change like color, tone, and saturation in different lighting. It's hard to show. Let me see. Is there a way to stick it on my finger to the camera? Please saturate. There we go. Okay. You can't really see it, but you can see a little shimmer that's like diagonal. Sorry about my fingers looking like a fucking mess, but it's like a diagonal shimmer that when you rotate it in the light, it changes tone and color. Like you can see now, it turns like greenish, maybe. Please focus. Yeah, there you go. It's gonna change like color and tone as it's like exposed to the light. Let's see, can I? It's probably best that I take a picture of it on its own end. It looks purple now, but like if you put it up to the light, it turns like greenish. But I guess the lighting in this room just kind of sucks, so it looks a little weird. It's pearlescent. Yeah, see? Look how it's green now. But it's like purplish. It's really cool. I love it. I love it. It looks so, so good. I also have to put back this art later, so I'll probably throw that to the side as a reminder to save that hat for Dragon. But Snibs, thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. And thank you, Dragon, for the 10 gifted subs as well. I greatly appreciate it. We need some life jackets and hearts and all that in chat. If you got a gifted sub, be sure to give them a big thank you. That's very generous, you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it lots. What got you into the fandom? I just saw a group of big fluffy guys in the middle of a Comic-Con. Now here's a specific question from that. Do you mean, how did I learn about the furry fandom? Or how did I get into the fandom? Because those are two different questions. And yes, this matters, because they are two different stories. When do you think you stream will be after Megaplex? I'll probably stream a Wednesday after I get home. because I get home on Tuesday, like afternoon, late afternoonish. So I'll probably spend that day doing like my laundry, catching up on work, and like getting my photos all organized so that Wednesday I can probably do my con recap from Megaplex. Stream at Megaplex? Maybe. It's a solid maybe. I would like to. But I'm very weary about doing live streams at cons, especially with people being not weird, but saying things they shouldn't. That's all. Not to say that that's a common thing at cons, but just I just want to keep the space as kind of what it is. So it might be a whole separate thing for later. I'll look into it. I'll ask friends if they're willing to like help film for me or stream for me. But worst case, you know, I just have vlog footage for, you know, another video, which even then, I guess something to look forward to with Megaplex is I want to put together some footage for a video that I'll be doing about my new life jacket. So the one that I inflated on stream and showed you guys a little bit, I'll be going around the con in that. It'll be sort of like my debut of wearing that around, and so I'll have friends help like film for me, take pics and videos so that I can talk about it, because it's been kind of like my journey of trying to get this new life jacket thing. You know, I've done the whole like furries and life jackets, furry and the life jacket series. I wanted to kind of bring it to a conclusion to some extent with this one, because I finally have in fruition kind of the life jacket that I've always wanted to have, minus the whole overinflating thing, which is not physically possible. It's more of like slapstick comedy stuff. But that'll be an actual video coming from, you know, Megaplex, so I'll probably want to film there. So even if a live stream doesn't happen, you'll still get some like vlog footage and videos from Megaplex. So yay, I'm excited. Find out, lol. Okay, well, I got into the furry fandom because on a whim I decided to go to a furry convention after basically leaving behind an old toxic friend group. I went to Anther, New England 2018. I didn't really do anything. I kind of just sat there. And then Majira came out. I wanted to say hi to him and meet him. He gave me a big hug. And it felt really nice and warm, and I felt loved beyond belief. And then I went home, and then I decided, yep, I want to do this. I want to dedicate to this community, even if there is this stigma that's tied to me, that's tied to that, because of the community. So, yeah. I actually have a whole YouTube short series about how that happened. I actually want to kind of bring that up. Maybe we could, like, look at it again. It'll be a fun little thing to watch. I uploaded it a while back. Let me see if I can find it. How I became a furry. How I became a low-key furry and how I became
Been
a
a little
furry.
bit, huh?
Been a little bit. Yes, it has. Hi, Cloudy. Hope you've been doing well, dude. Thank you for the Tit Prime. I do remember that, too. Tit Prime. Sub for 43 months. Really appreciate that, dude. I hope you've been doing well. Hope all has been well on your end. I hope you're excited for Megaplex. I am excited for the con. I'm a lot more energized and, like, kind of excited for it now that I'm getting through like this stream and whatnot. I still have so much to do and so much to pack, but I'm excited. It's going to be a good con. It's going to be a good time. But thank you for the support, dude. I hope all is well on your end, and I hope you have a good con too, regardless of whether or not we run into one another. That's what it'd be. That was the phrasing I was looking for. Yeah. But still, regardless, let me show you guys, because I know some of you are probably curious about how I became a furry. Because I titled this based on like 2 YouTube shorts that I did, how I became a low-key furry and then how I became a furry. And they're 2 different things. I've been going through the ringer, I can't lie. No idea what I'm going to do for Megaplex, but we ball. I feel you with that. But just know, I'm wishing you well. I'm rooting for you with it. Try new things with it. Try new things with the con. You know? The answer is yes. Thank you, Nova. But on a note with that, I completely forgot to do that today. So I'm probably going to end up doing that separately next week. So, but still, thank you for letting me know. It's been like 2 hours in and I forgot to do what I was doing. But no, you know, Cloudy, just know I'm like rooting for you with the con. I can't promise anything with how the con will go on my end of like if I'll be around or I'll be doing anything, but just know I'm rooting for you. There'll be people around, you know, Take that chance of, like, saying hi to someone. That's all I can recommend. That is, like, the best recommendation that I can give. Like, take that chance of just saying hi. Just saying hi, trying something new. That's what I'm going to be trying this con, too. Like, actually going out into, like, the pool at Megaplex, which I don't think I really did that much last year. I want to really try it this year and, like, enjoy being a floaty dog. So, yeah, I'm probably going to do that. I'm looking forward to it. But thank you, Nova. I hope you're doing well, by the way. I'm excited to see you in a few days. Please? Please, what part-time track? Oh, yeah, the whole YouTube short thing. So, I wanted to show you guys 2 YouTube shorts that I did a while back, kind of briefly explaining how I became a furry, which I wanted to summarize it as best as I could. Because I remember at the time YouTube had this whole, I guess, setup where you could only upload a YouTube short that was up to 1 minute long. If it was longer than a minute, it was a regular video, and so I needed to try and get it all condensed. And so I challenged myself to do that and put it into YouTube short that one of my editors put together for me. And I'm glad with how they turned out. I think I should probably repurpose them into, like, a fully fledged video of, like, how I became a furry, just, like, talking about it with, like, character stills and animation and stuff. Unless I did that a bit ago. You know what? I'm going to write that down as an idea. Thank you for reminding me of this, so I can do this as an idea. Let me see. How the story of how I became a furry versus how I found the furry fandom. And then another set of words that I will not spoil now, but maybe later. Maybe later. I'm still streaming. Hello, Anti-Furry Cool 2000. You need to pack. I still need to pack, Nova. Luckily, I have one half of my luggage all set. I just need to, like, get my fursuit and space saver bags, and it's, like, all good. Try to look out for you again. I appreciate the support. Maybe once I get stop getting repeatedly fucked over by life and my degree and can pop in more often. Honestly, wishing you well with that too, dude. I know how degrees be. You're still going for the engineering degree, right? If it's the engineering degree, I'm wishing you the best. I know that can be absolutely hell on earth as soon as you get past, like, into sophomore, junior year or so. So just know I'm wishing you well and you got this. You absolutely got this. And also, if you need my notes for it, I have my notes from, like, my college courses updated. So if you need that, like, feel free to reach out. I can send those your way. I send those to all, like, mutuals, acquaintances, people that I know that need help with, like, engineering stuff in school. So if you need it, more than happy to. Computer engineering? Oh my god. Good luck to you on that. I could not do any, like, CS computer science stuff. Second order diffie-Qs. I actually scanned the notes for that course the other day. I did not know what the fuck I was looking at. But there were quite a few matrices there. That's all I remember. That's all I remember. But either way, let's switch gears. I want to show you guys these 2 YouTube shorts to kind of summarize how I became a furry through, you know, going to a furry convention, how I was a low-key furry, and then I decided to, you know, fuck it, jump right in. I'll do a fully fledged video explaining the story later on, because I like reminiscing about that, and just kind of explaining how I became a furry, just in a fully fledged storytelling sense, and maybe I'll do, like, character stills with it, who really knows? So, yeah. But regardless, let me see if I can bring it up. Because I think, yeah, I have, like, 2 different things for it. Okay. So full screen, and then we switch over to the face cam. There we go. There's Sonic. Hi, Sonic. So this is how I became a low-key furry. It's just like, you know, the YouTube short, quirky style. It's a pretty simple story for that. And then we'll go on to the next one, and that's pretty much how I became, yeah, where I am. Oh my Jesus Christ. Started with me being technically a furry hater. Hi, my name's Beta, and this is the story of how I became a furry. It all started with me being technically a furry hater back in high school. I didn't have the best opinion of furries at all, mainly thinking they were cringe, when in reality I knew nothing about what the furry fandom was really about and only knew about the misconceptions. Fast forward to early 2017 when I made the 7 levels of being a furry video. I'm kind of regretful of that video, but it did help me pop off on YouTube and introduce me to some very interesting people, which leads me on to the summer of that year when I began live streaming on YouTube. I was asked by many different furries in the chat, have I watched Majira's Strawberry before? And I was like, the fuck's a Majira? We ended up watching the red versus blue skit. I did the whole reflexive cringing thing, I laughed at it a little bit, and then moved on. But later that same evening, curiosity hit me. Because that first video I watched wasn't bad, so I watched more of it. It was still weird, but it was cute and wholesome. I'm gonna be honest, guys. The whole, like, YouTube short TikTok thing of, like, you won't believe this. And that's how I became a furry. That whole vibe, I can't do it. I just can't do it anymore. I look at this and I'm like, yeah, you know, I tried to play that game of, like, you know, the quirky nature vibe to, you know, making these short form videos, jingling keys. Literally, I can't do this. I mean, the actual video editing with, like, the video visuals, like, that's fine, but it's just like I can't do the quirky thing with it. If you want to know a better retelling of this short, which I will tell in the video, hopefully to come at some point, I ended up having a stream where someone asked who Majira was. I was like, the fuck's a Majira? I bring up one of the videos. It was like that red versus blue skit with Blue Sakura and Majira. Blue Sakura is such a sweetie, by the way. I met them. They're so adorable. And their new suit is very hot too, by the way. But I did the whole cringing at it, making fun of it in the stream, and everyone thought it was funny. And then later that evening, I was doing my usual grinding of trying to get through level 50 or past level 50 on each of the Black Ops 3 zombies levels or maps, or yeah, that's pretty much what they are. Yeah, levels. I wanted to get to round 50 or higher on all Call of Duty Zombies maps in Black Ops 3. So I did that, and whenever I was on the grind, I think I was literally playing Origins at the time. Just like endlessly training zombies. That kind of turn brain off moment. So I opened YouTube, and it had popped back up to the video that I was watching at the time. And so, yeah, curiosity hit me, and I just kind of auto-played through a lot of Majira's old videos, which were like the skits, the Q&As, the mail unboxings, and so on. And then I started to like it. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. But I can't tell anyone about this. No, I can't be a furry. This is back in, like, the summer of 2017. The summer of 2017 was when this happened. Where I basically spent my summer, like, either working on my part-time job or doing YouTube stuff because it was starting to actually get, like, traction through the 7 levels of being a furry. So, yeah, that's how it started. And it literally was like, oh, this is actually kind of cute and funny. I kind of get the vibe of it. And then I started to warm up to it. And then I exposed myself to it more and more, and that's how it be. Need to get back on that grind, but I still have no idea how Zetsubo works. Me neither. Zetsubo scared me. I played it like a little bit. I'm like, there's like nothing here. I don't want to do this, and so I decided not to do it. But that was the first video. What about the other one? This one, how I became a furry. So this is like years later, the follow-up YouTube short that I did, where I went to A&E. Now, how I became an actual furry all started back in 2018 when I went to my very first furry convention.
Literally,
to be quite honest, I was at a very low and dark point in my life, so I thought things couldn't possibly get worse. So that year, in early February, I went to a local furry convention in Boston known as Anther New England. Like, I didn't do much. I registered for the con. I walked around the small space of the Boston Park Plaza. I didn't talk with anyone, but it was nice to be a part of it all. And near the end of the con, I also got to say hi to Majira and hang out with him for a little bit. It was so weird because because I saw my personality or who I was as not really lovable. But when I met Kyle, he was just very wholesome and very nice to me. I said hi and he gave me a big hug and I wasn't expecting it. And I don't know, random people that I technically never met treated me kind of like a friend. But getting to experience all of that made me realize that I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to embrace the kindness that I was shown and give it back to others. So technically it's my 5th year. Okay. Someone please make a note of this for later because I'm going to probably forget about it. And this is going to be very important to mention in the video that I do on this. I think I was so gung-ho about being a furry at that time, despite my hesitation with like the label and, you know, the stigma associated stereotyping and whatnot. I was so on board with it because of how welcoming and how nice people were to me at the convention when I was like saying hi to them. Like I said hi to Kyle, said hi to some people who recognize what I do and they wanted to say hi to me and meet me. And they were like super, super nice and kind. They're super, super nice and kind. At the time, I think I was really struggling with finding my place and finding where I was welcome at a time where friends weren't really my friends. You know, I was still trying to get into like my fraternity. I had still joined the year prior. You know, there was like the initiation, there was like hazing to that extent. And so that really like put a damper on me feeling like I had to prove to others that I belong here, that I want to be here. And that was a lot of, quite frankly, for me, my early college life, making friends, trying to meet new people, trying to really find where I belong and prove myself, feeling like I had to prove myself or I had to go above and beyond just to be welcome, because that was the song and dance that I was used to playing at that point, through like going through my fraternity initiation, through going through the classes that I did, to proving that I'm an engineer and that I can actually do well, because truthfully I was not doing well in school, and so I felt like I was just had imposter syndrome. And on top of that, even being at a furry convention, I felt like, you know, I didn't belong there, especially with, you know, all the shit that I gave furries on YouTube beforehand. But I was still welcomed with open arms by the people there, and people loved seeing me. And that's when I realized, you know, I was judged for who I was, not just like my previous actions. I was welcomed and I was wanted just for me. In like at that moment, being at that con and meeting Kyle and meeting Majira, like even told me later, like years later, that he had wanted me to hang out with them and like get food and vibe for like the rest of the evening at the con. And I didn't know that. I was already going to make my own plans with friends who were there at the time. So it just kind of made me realize through that like I had kind of found where I was welcomed for me, and I didn't have to pretend to be someone. I didn't have to prove it or work for it. If I wanted to be there, I wanted to be there. And yeah. And that's why, for me, I was just so gung-ho about being a furry, because I'm like, you know what? I am welcomed and loved for what I want. I have found where my neurodivergent ass belongs and where I'm happy. And so that's why I was so gung-ho about being a furry and wanting to talk about the community for what it did for me and what I enjoyed with it. That's pretty much the extent of why I'm like here. Because I was welcomed in a point where I wasn't in many, or it felt like I wasn't in many parts of my life, with my fraternity, with my roommates, with my friends at the time, trying to figure my shit out and figure out who I was. And I thought I couldn't really get to the point of where I wanted to if I'm still figuring myself out, but everyone's figuring themselves out through life. That's life. It's adulthood. So yeah, that's like kind of the big moment for me that I'm now reflecting on. Could someone like write a note about that down for me to talk about in the video that I want to do, kind of covering this a bit further? Because I think that's very, very important to remember and keep in mind with it. But that is pretty much that YouTube short. Wow, who'd have thought that going through this would actually go down there? Who was the fucker in YouTube chat that asked me how I became a furry? You're the reason why I'm on this tangent. So thank you. So thank you for that. Just so you know. It means a lot. But hey, you know, we managed to go on this whole other separate tangent, and I'm glad we did, because now I potentially have a motivating little video that I can yap about in the next week once I get back. I think that'll be my plan. When I get back from Megaplex, I do my con recap. I do a video talking about my experiences, either it being a Diamond in the Rough furry convention experience, or like talking about how I became a furry. And then I have my stream on Friday. I'm excited. Guys, this is going to be a good week. I'm going to miss you guys. I want you to know. I'm going to miss you, and I'm so excited for when I get to come back, because I'm going to be reinvigorated. I know it. I can feel it. I just ran into you randomly on an elevator, and when Birthday and their crew literally just sat next to me without knowing who I was. Oh, I'm sorry, Cloudy. I'm sorry. Dildo check out Logan? Absolutely. Well, am I going to Logan? Am I flying to Logan? Yeah, I think I am. I think that's when my flight flies out. I was an Asian furry until I saw the 7 levels of being a furry, and I was like, ew, furry cringe. But after the video, I was like, wow, furries are cool. You got that from my video? I was so polarized against furries at that time. I was trying so hard to prove myself. God damn. God damn. But even still, you know, I'm glad, you know, I mean, even then me doing that video that I did resulted in me being here, so I'm grateful for it. I think I honestly needed to have this little, like, nostalgic recap going back over how I kind of ended up being here, because I really needed that going into this con. So thank you guys for this weird random conversation. And if anyone has notes from what I just said from this stream of, like, why I'm here and, you know, proving myself and finding where I belong, please, like, feel free to send it to me, because I would love to talk about that in the video of how I became a furry. I don't think I've done a proper video on it. Where else are you gonna fly out? I mean, I know some people fly out of New Hampshire. Or, like, Rhode Island. Some people, like, drive all the way to Rhode Island to fly out from there sometimes. I know I used to do that when I, like, visited Disney. Like, my folks would do, like, Disney trips, and they would drive to Rhode Island, park there, and then fly out. Are you saving this VOD? Yes and no. I just can't remember the timestamp when I talked about this. I think it was like 2 minutes, 2 hours, 20 minutes. Probably better note. No, that whole thing was funny because I just piped in the middle of their combo like, I'm high, and then Birthday was like, oh shit. Aw. That's so sweet. That's just like Birthday. God, Birthday is such a sweetie. Such a sweetie. I hope they end up having a good Megaplex. I don't know if I'll be running into them or not, but regardless, always lovely seeing them go around in our brief, like, moments where we're chatting and saying hi. It's really nice. Either way, I think, as much as it might be a weird point to leave it off, I think we're going to wrap up stream, because I do want to join Snowy tonight, and I know he's doing Peak, and he's doing another run soon, and he's on Caldera. He's on the final climb, and I want to join for after this, so I might end up raiding into him, and then I'll join him on stream. Not streaming on my end, but still, you know, streaming with him. Oh my god, if I do this run of Peak, it's going to take, like, maybe an hour and a half. It'll be, like, 11 p.m., and I still got to pack. I still have so much to do. Oh, no. But, hey, you know, we're going to get it done. I don't have to leave for the airport till, like, 4 a.m. It's still going to work out. We're going to have an awesome time at Megaplex. I'm really, really excited. So, hey, you know, it's going to be good. Let's go and raid into a friend who is streaming. Let's go and raid into Snowy, and then we'll join him for Peak. I won't be streaming on my end just because, you know, I'm a little worn out after doing this whole yap sesh. I had a good time. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Let's go and raid Snowy. What was our raid message? Wasn't it like, lost my virginity? Lost my virginity. Let's do that. Let's raid Snowy and do that. Enjoy yourself. Hope I'll see you in Megaplex. Yeah, I'll try to be around as much as I can. No promises, but I do hope you have a good con regardless, Cloudy. And thank you again for stopping by. Just remember, rooting for you. You're going to do great with school. I'm rooting for you there. You got this. ChatGPT. Not that you really can, but still. Lost my virginity? Let's do that. And let's do an emote. Are you playing Peak? I will be playing Peak with Snowy. Let's do like a blushy emote. Let's do this. Yeah. Lost my virginity. And then that's the raid message. That is what's going to Snowy. Go and show him love and support. Go and show him all the love and support. Because I will be there in, like, probably 30 minutes from now when they're done with their run. I'll hop on and join them. So, yeah, feel free to stay. You'll get to see more of me. I just won't be live because I am a little eepy and tired, but regardless, just want to say thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'm going to have an awesome time at Megaplex. I'll make sure to take all the pics of the foods, the fursuits, all the things that I'm doing, so be sure to stop by the stream next Wednesday, a week from now, give or take, like 7 p.m. or so. I'll be doing my con recap for Megaplex, so be sure to come by there. I'll see you guys then. Keep on the lookout for a new video this Thursday. So tomorrow at 4 p.m. EST, it's going to be a pretty fun, cutesy video. So keep on the lookout for that. And maybe another video or two during the weekend, maybe like Sunday or something, I'll try. But regardless, just want to say again, thank you guys so much for all the support. I will see you all then. If you're going to Megaplex, safe travels. Have a good night. Take care, Life Stay Jacket. Lost my virginity. I'm just going to stop talking with saying that word. Have a good night. Thank you guys for everything. Life Stay Jacket, and I'll see you when I get back.